What is going on? Why is there... Silly me. All right. I think I might have to... do I have to stop this? All right, now hopefully you can hear me. Oh my goodness, I hope so. I hope so. Let's see. Right, well, fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. I am delighted to have you all here with me. 27 people watching. My goodness, thank you so much for being here with me. It's so nice. So I'm here reading the tarot for you guys. You can leave your questions in the live chat. I'm going to have to prioritize the any kind of super chat. Sorry, I'm struggling with my words this evening. I hope that this live chat will go well. We've got a question over here from Jonathan Johnson. Is the spirit residing over me a spider, angel, demon, or saint? Okay, all right. Let's have a look into the energies of this spirit residing over Jonathan Johnson. The sound's very quiet, you say. Okay, let's see. Is this... oh, I think I know what's going on. Let me fix that for you. All right. If you've got your oh no, it's actually on quite loud already. Okay. Hopefully that helps to a degree. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me at least reasonably well. It's kind of funny. I've got everything on 100%. I think. Yeah, I've got everything on 100%. 98%. Okay, now it's 100%. Okay, let's get on with this particular read. It's kind of weird, yeah, that the volume. I mean, I can tell that the volume is a little bit low. That's the way it goes. Okay, let's see. Is a spirit residing over Jonathan Johnson a spider, an angel, a demon, or a saint? Okay, so we've got the Empress and the Page of Wands. I'm going to say that this looks like a chthonic being, right? So not an angel, but nevertheless a benevolent chthonic being. Yeah, of the material sphere rather than of the transcendental spheres. And a being of a certain amount of it's going to be helpful. It's going to be powerful. It's got quite a lot of agency, I think, is the way that I want to put that. I wonder if it's something that's been on your mind for a little while. I wonder if this is an entity that you've called in to help you to find a path. Would that make sense? To find a path? Maybe you found yourself in a excuse me, in a difficult place recently, just mentally, and reached out and made contact with this entity that seems to be very helpful. All right, you don't want to rely on it too much. Okay, it does seem to be very helpful. It does seem to be very effective at doing what it does, but you don't want to rely on it too much. You do want to continue using your own power so that you don't forget how to do that. Okay, kind of important. But that said, it does seem very benevolent. It does seem to be there when you need it. Yeah, so what you could potentially do is observe the energy, observe what it feels like when you do call upon its services and try to emulate that. You want to kind of master that for yourself. That seems to be the reason why it's here, is to teach you how to do the things that it's showing you how to do. It's going to take time and it's going to take an effort, but it does seem like you've got this. It looks like yeah, it's possibly even something that you're already working on. All right, let's see any other questions. I think there was a question right at the beginning. Let me just go back over here. There's Polar Bear. Hello Denny, I would simply like to hear whatever advice the cards have for me regarding my life path and also on my spirituality, my faith. Let's take a look at that for Polar Bear. My goodness, 3 N's in Dennis from ADFG right at the very beginning. My name is just with 1 N. It's the French version, Denis. Yeah, that's why I pronounce it Denny. So yes, definitely not 3 N's, that's for sure. Okay, I'd simply like to hear whatever advice the cards have for you. Okay, so let's take a look. Right, we've got the 4 of Coins, the Sun as the topic. We've got the way of thinking about it with the Magician and the Princess of Swords reversed. The what to expect in the near future, the Moon reversed, and then your recommendation is Death and Fortitude. So let's take a look at this. I wonder if you've got any artistic endeavors going on right now. One way or another, it does seem to be a read on I'm going to say possibly the things that you're doing to establish yourself materially. Yeah, so maybe your career, maybe if you do have any artistic endeavors, and if this is an area of income for you, then yeah, potentially that could be what we're talking about here. Certainly we're talking about your stability and security. The way you're thinking about it right now is that you're coming at all of this from a magical perspective. You're feeling your way through. You're doing all the right rituals and so on and so forth. But there seems to be possibly a lack of structure in what you're doing. I think with regards to structure, Jason Miller tends to be the author that I appreciate the most. He's got a new edition of his Financial Sorcery that's just being released, or has recently been released. I'm not sure if it's out quite yet, but if it's not out yet, it'll definitely be out in January. So that would be possibly a really nice one to delve into, especially if you're interested in the magical side of making money, because he brings in magic, but also points out that if there's nothing for the magic to hook onto, then really you're doing the magic for nothing. So I like his approach there. With regards to what to expect in the near future, of course we've got the full moon like later on, like in the next few hours, I think is going to be the full moon. I don't know. I'm in Central Europe, and so it's definitely not going to be before midnight of today. I think it might be, yeah, at least in the next more than 8 hours, right? And the full moon is a really nice time for doing rituals that involve manifestation, rituals that involve you know, bringing things towards you, as opposed to the new moon, of course, which is about, you know, letting go of things. But yes, it could potentially be a good time for you to look into some manifestation ritual. In terms of your recommendations, it looks like there's something that you need to let go of. There might be something on your mind that is just taking up a lot of your energy. It's taking up a lot of your thought power, and yeah, it looks like it's time to let that go. It's not going to be an easy thing, but the process of letting whatever it is go is, again, you're going to be better placed than me to know what that is. The process of letting that go is going to be a great source of strength for you. It's going to increase your strength, right? You're going to build up resilience in that process, and it seems like that's the reason why it's, whatever it is, this thing is in your life right now, is so that you can learn to let go, and so that you can build your strength in the process of letting go. Hopefully any of that resonates. I've got a couple new super chats here. Thank you so much. Are you spiritual? Let's take a look. Hi Denny, feeling very curious on this Gemini moon. Can you pull cards to help guide me on where best to focus my energy this month? Yes, let's do exactly that. Da, 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 da. Ooh. Interesting. We've got the Three of Cups just flew out. The way I'm shuffling the cards right now is kind of, I'll bring the cards up here so you can actually see. Because I've got the cards sleeved, they kind of slip in between each other. Like this. I actually made a video, full video about it, and just have to tap them in kind of thing. It's much harder to do a proper shuffle when you've got the cards sleeved, but doing it like this is much easier, because they literally just slide in between each other, and so, but in this way you don't get very many flying cards, right? And this card just flew out, this Three of Cups, which seems to be just an emphasis on your social life, yeah, on making connections, on possibly networking, depending on what comes out later. Let's see if this is for work. Let's see if this is anything romantic. Let's see what this is. The Knight of Swords reversed. The way of thinking about the situation. We've got the Five of Swords reversed. We've got the Truth reversed. Oh, goodness. What to expect. The Empress and the Ten of Wands. And as a recommendation, the Eight of Coins and the Two of Coins. Let's see. I wonder if there's a specific individual that you should be focusing your attention on right now. Maybe a person in your life that is a little bit that doesn't think before acting, right? A person that's a little bit impulsive, and your connection with that person. So it's possible that during this Gemini moon, you could do well to focus on whatever your relationship to that person is. I don't know who this person is. Maybe you've got someone on your mind, but it seems like you want to maybe bring about a situation where you're able to have some honest conversations And these conversations need to be genuinely about rebuilding that trust, possibly, rather than about finding out who's right or wrong, or who wins the argument, or whatever. It does look like you are currently headed in a direction that that has that calls for you to do some work, right? Some deep work, possibly some work on this connection. But it's completely worth your while, and it seems like possibly you're quite happy about doing this work, though it is quite a lot of work. If you do this right, it does seem like you will find yourself in a much better situation, just happier with yourself for having initiated this process, for having fixed whatever issue there might have been. Now, all of this said, how do you handle this situation? You handle it by being a master of your own independent self, right? So you need to be in a situation where you're not relying on the outcome of this this mediation, of this fixing process, right? If you are in a situation where it matters too much, you might not be able to handle it in a constructive way. Yeah, simply that. And just to be agile, to be agile, to be not too fixated on a desired outcome, and to be able to roll with the punches, as it were. Yeah, hopefully that that makes sense. Let's continue. We've got a couple more here. Highway Star is asking, thanks for the insightful readings. Hope you reach your goal. Thank you. My question, what do the cards say about love in the foreseeable future for me? And what recommendations do they have? I love reading for Highway Star, please. Okay, we've got the Empress and the Four of Swords reversed. So it seems like you're feeling like it's time. It's time. You're feeling in control of yourself. You're feeling really in a nice, good place in yourself, and so that of course is the ideal, perfect time for new love to come in, isn't it? Let's see the way you're thinking about it. Oh, okay, so I wonder if maybe there's been a situation recently where love has caused conflict, and you're simply thinking about love currently as something that would be nice, but it's just a lot of effort, a lot of effort, and it hasn't always worked out in very pleasant ways for you in the past. So at the moment, it does look like you're quite happy with where you are in yourself, but your attitude to love might be a little bit cautious. Let's see where you're heading towards. Okay. Well, it does seem like you do have a connection coming in. Whether it's a connection that is coming in or that you're already in, I don't know. But it's certainly a connection that's got a lot of passion, and possibly possibly, in the direction of addiction. We've got the Ace of Cups, which is wonderful, of course. You want that kind of emotional connection. You want that kind of emotional flowing, right, in your relationship. But there's also the devil here. And well, this could be that it's simply that you're connecting with a Capricorn, right? It could simply be that, but it's more likely that that the connection is just extremely passionate. So I don't know if that Five of Wands from earlier is anything to go by. Maybe this is a pattern that you fall into. I don't know, and possibly something to look into on your own side in terms of your attachment styles, in terms of yeah, simply how you approach relationships, and the kinds of dynamics that happen naturally for you when you get into a relationship. Let's see what the recommendations are for you here. We've got the Moon reversed and the High Priestess reversed. So yeah, the recommendation is to keep things above board, to make sure that you are as authentic as you can possibly be in all of your interactions with this new person, or with this person, if it's a person that you're already with. Yeah, don't play this strategically. Don't play this. Don't play any games, right? You want to be having your cards on the table, and ensure that the other person has their cards on the table as well. You need to demand this as a as a firm boundary, right? Of course, you'll be respecting their boundaries, and you will need to demand honesty and transparency from them, and in return, you'll be offering transparency on your side as well. And that seems to be the way ahead. That seems to be the way that makes this work. So yeah, good luck with that. All right, let's move on with G Rod. Is there anything my guides would like me to know? Let's find out. Let me turn my phone off. There we go. Audio is still bad and very low. Folks, I don't know what to do about this. It's not good, is it? The audio is still bad and very low. Let me see if there's anything I can do, but it doesn't seem to be. That if I bring my microphone up a little bit, I go. If I hello. No, it's still not fixing it, is it? Hold on. If I grab a different microphone, this is really weird, folks. I'm so sorry that for some reason, I haven't changed anything. It's just I'm going to plug in another microphone. Let's see. Sound settings. That should work, and yet it's not working. Frustrating. Advanced properties. Oh wait. Okay. If is this any better? No, it's still not. It's probably still not going to be much better. Oh, this sucks so much. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. Do you know what? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't really stop at this point. Is this better? It might be better. It might be a little bit better. Okay. All right. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I don't think the sound is Yeah, yeah, the sound's not coming from the from my normal microphone, but hopefully you can at least hear me. I'm so sorry. Yep. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. Hopefully this hasn't burst your eardrums. Um, so let's see. Let's go with the next question. Where were we up to? Is there anything my guides would like me to know? All right, and this is a question from G Rod. Let's see. There we are. All right, all right, all right. It looks like it's better. That's great. So, any messages for G Rod? Oh, let's see. We've got the Hermit and we've got the Ace of Coins reversed. So it does seem like a slow time for you right now, G Rod. Maybe a time of withdrawal from the material sphere. Possibly a time for just a very spiritual time, just a time for calming things down externally and for introspection. Um, it seems like you're not dissatisfied with the situation, although having a little bit more on the material side wouldn't do any harm. You're just doing the work. You're working hard, and it seems uh, to be paying off spiritually, just not really in terms of what you need on the outside. Yeah, so there's seems like there's something missing on the outside. It seems like yeah, it's not ideal for you. So let's see. Mhm. Oh, I seem to have made a little mistake in my shuffling here. Some of the cards have flipped upside down. Not ideal. Let me just hit them back the right way around with all the others. Good. And then what to expect. Right. So what you can actually expect for a lot of the things that you've been manifesting to start coming in. I don't know if you've been doing any maybe rituals to to help you materially. It's looking like those material aids that you clearly are in need of right now. That's going to pay off. Yeah, that's you're not going to need to wait much longer for that to happen. Um, so the two main energies here that you have as recommendations are the King of Coins and the Empress. So this is a recommendation to engage. Yeah, not to forget to engage fully with the material world. Of course, it's important to engage with the spiritual world, but if it's coming at the expense of the material world, then you're falling into imbalance. Yeah, so you want to engage very fully with the material world, enjoy the material world, right? We're coming up to a holiday season, and you're going to have an opportunity maybe to spend some time with family, maybe some time eating some nice food, drinking some good drinks. Just make sure that you are engaging with that in a as sensuous a way as is possible for you, right? Um, uh, and um, and yeah, it does seem like you are being recommended to learn about money, right? So, yes, doing magic for money is great, but actually learn about money, learn about money as a structure, learn about yeah, financial stability, how to achieve that when you're not coming from money already. I mean, I don't know. I'm making assumptions here, but most of us aren't coming from money already. And so yeah, so you're being recommended to master money, yeah, to become a king of coins, to go beyond just whatever you feel like you already know, and study that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's go a little bit further with some more questions over here from. Let's see, we've got one question here from Frater Spiv or Spev. Um, in preparation for the Saturn course, are the personal related cord cuttings I'm considering the right thing to do? Great question. Great question. Do you know what? For such a precise question, I'm going to reach for the I Ching. We could maybe grab a couple of cards afterwards, but just to get a general idea, and thanks for bringing that up. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I'm leading a course on the magic and mysteries of Saturn. That's going to be in just a couple of days' time. On Saturday evening. It's going to be the first of two classes, and then the second one is going to be on Saturday the 13th. Just focusing here on Fratus Spevs or Spiv. This question. Yeah, a big part of the first class is going to be precisely about cord cutting. So let's see. Evil people thrive on the needs of others. It's good to feign that you do not want anything. Loose lips sink ships. We must bow down to the will of those who decide. Nothing is guaranteed. What are you waiting for? Surely it will not come. Move. Goodness. It sounds like a yes. It sounds like the person you're thinking about, or at least the people that you're thinking about, uh, absolutely need to be removed from your energy field. That's quite a strong answer there. Maybe just grab a couple more cards here just to get a further feel. Yeah. These are people who are causing strife. I mean, it's just fighting, and it was the five of wands, and we've also got the seven of cups, which could potentially be pointing at some I don't know, some addictions or some negative behavior. And of course, it's stuff that's very addictive, you know, that kind of cortisol endorphin cycle of push pull is very addictive, but it's chemical. It's not necessarily you know, healthy relating. So yes, it does seem like you've picked the right the right areas to cut a cord on. All right, so let's continue with Zabral, with whom I had a lovely chat, one-to-one tarot consultation yesterday. That was really nice. So um, uh, let's see. Thanks again for an amazing one-to-one. Yes, indeed. New perspective, new perspectives. Yes, ideas, lots to think about, and book recommendations. Started one today. Love these live sessions and how you mix tarot and I Ching. Cheers. All right. Well, you're very welcome. Shall I do a very quick, a very brief read for you? Let's take a quick look. A very brief look. There we are. got the Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, you are in a situation now where you are feeling empowered. You're feeling like you have a little bit more agency over your situation. Um, uh, but it does seem like getting to the next step is taking its time. Maybe um, um, let's see. We've got the Hermit. In the way you're thinking about it, we've got the Hermit. We've got the Ace of Swords reversed. Um, so um, so yes, possibly feeling like you might be missing some information, like just the the learned side of things. You feel like that might be missing, but you have your inner wisdom. You have your um, yeah, you have what's going on the inside, which is absolutely making up for any missing information, right? Any missing learning. That's not a problem at all. Um, got the Six of Swords and the excuse me, the Six of Cups. Two sixes. Okay. Um, in what to expect in the near future, the Six of Cups reversed. I'm guessing this could have something to do with anywhere you're thinking of going during this winter holiday, right? During this Christmas season. Um, it's looking. Let me see. Possibly going somewhere, but also possibly something not to either not to do with family or something to do with family that's got a little bit of tension there. Although we've got the Two of Swords reversed, so maybe you're just not completely decided about whether you're going to go or not. I'm not sure. Let's see what we've got as recommendations. Yeah, as recommendations, we've got don't fight. The five of wands reversed. Yeah, don't fight and keep your poise. Yes, stay poised, stay graceful. We've got the six of wands. Yeah, you know what you are. You know your value. You know your your inner core is, and you know your journey, you know what you've achieved, and so on and so forth. Yeah, whatever might be causing strife, you can let go of that. Don't hold on to it too hard, right? You can safely ignore it as being beneath you. There we go. Hopefully that helps a little bit. um Let me see. Do we have any more questions? Oh, yes, yes, potentially. Let's see. We've got Sarah the Seraph. Now I'm going to need to find your question. Here we go. Hi, Denny. I have a question. Why does my sword banishment banish my good spirits as well as bad? Yeah. Well, the sword banishment. Um, the sword banishing rite is just extremely powerful, right? You probably don't want to be doing it in places like I don't know, if you've got an altar, you don't necessarily want to be doing it close to your altar. It is a very powerful banishment. Um, and so I guess what you could do is reach out to the entities that you speak to during the sword banishing rite. I know this isn't there aren't any described methods for doing this, but you could in fact just bring those two angels around and ask them very specifically to keep specific entities that you declare. Just keep them around. Don't banish them. Make sure that they're safe with me. Yeah, show them as precisely as entities that you want to protect in the same way as you're protecting yourself with this right. That's one thing. The second thing is that you'll want to call upon these spirits that you want to keep around and familiarize themselves with the four divine names, um, and help them to stick around. Yeah, when you perform that sword banishing rite. I guess that's not so much a tarot question as much as a technical question, right? Um, Yeah, you might want to, before you do a sword banishing rite, another thing that you could potentially do would be to warn your guide spirits, your helper spirits, and tell them, hey, can you get out of my field for just a few minutes? I'm going to do this sword banishing rite, cleanse the space, and then I'll call you back in. Yeah, that's another thing that you can do. Hopefully that makes some sense. Potentially give them a safe place to go if that resonates for you, as in you might want to, I think Damien Eccles likes to use black cloth for covering anything that he doesn't want banished during any banishing process that he performs. I know when he does the LBRP, he likes to cover, for example, talismans that he's spent a lot of time charging. He likes to cover those with black cloth. So you could potentially make a black box, or just a a safe haven, right? And say to your guide spirits, you can go and hide in there. Um, but you'd have to make sure that that area is inaccessible to anything that doesn't have your best interest at heart. Yeah, and you'd need to find a useful way of doing that. But I'm sure that you can come up with something clever. Okay. Um, yeah, just use your intuition for this, I think. Good. Yeah, so Sarah the Seraph, this live stream will be available once again. Once I end it, it'll actually be available to watch again, right? And you'll be able to hear your entire answer, um, without being interrupted by advertisements. How annoying! Sorry about that. Okay. All right, folks, I'm going to do maybe one more. One. Oh, there it is. There's the read I was looking for. So let's do this read for Saloma o Carvalho. Uh, is that something to do with horses? Possibly. Okay. I'm going to change the card to say that the stream's about to end. Da-da-da-da. All right. Hopefully that's better. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, there's a real problem with the microphones tonight. My deep apologies, but hopefully it's better now. So the question is, I'd like to know if I have any gift or aptitude in a particular esoteric spiritual field that I could develop. Let's check it out. I promise I will fix this audio tomorrow, okay? I promise I will. This won't happen again. This is deeply embarrassing. I'm so, so sorry. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Hmm. Okay, yeah, we've got exactly the right cards for asking this question. We've got the Three of Wands and the High Priestess. So literally, what's my direction? Yeah, good. But clearly, having the High Priestess there is a good sign. We've got the Five of Cups and we've got the Chaos card reversed. Hmm. Okay, maybe you've tried your hand with some chaos magic and it's not worked out for you so well. So let's see what could be useful for you. All right. So I was I was going to say, hey, have you tried astrology? But we've literally got the star reversed, and instead we've got the world. So it would seem like potentially you could do well to. Oh, hold on. The world. That's kind of clever. Something. Oh, I, sorry about this. It would appear. I'm gonna just grab another couple of cards just to check. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. It seems like possibly something like Cyprianic work could be good for you. Um, I want to say just any kind of magic that involves uh, official structures. And I'm not talking about lodge magic, but maybe the magic that comes from lodge magic. So I'm thinking about maybe the work of Jacobus G. Svart. Um, things like what's the name of his main book? I forget. This one here, the Book of Self Creation. Don't know if you can see that. The Book of Self Creation by Jacobus G. Svart. That could be good for you. Um, with regards to recommendations here, it seems like yeah, following the way it's done to the letter. This is not a recommendation that I usually give, but it does seem like you could do well to do that for at least a little while until you feel satisfied that you have explored an entire system. Yeah, that you're feeling comfortable with that particular system. Um, yeah, yes, yes. I think that I I don't know. It seems like possibly like the entire works, right? The entire works of Jacobus G. Sfat. You could even start before that with um, this one over here, Magical Ritual Methods by William G. Gray. Yeah, this is great because of course it is lodge magic without without any lodges, right? Yeah. You might even decide that you want to join a lodge. I don't know, but yeah, that does look like it could be good for you, according to the cards. Anyway, there we are. Good. Okay, and yes, of course, Sharon Bentley. I donated earlier, and my question was if there's any decent opportunities for me in the new year for my fine art practice. Yes, let me finally get your question, Sharon. Um, I that this was a little while ago. I think Sharon sent um, a super chat, and I wasn't able to find the associated question. So here we go. And this will be the last read for tonight. Any decent opportunities for Sharon in the new year for her fine art practice? Page of coins, page of wands, both reversed as the topic. Hmm. And the way you're thinking about it with the six of coins reversed and the fool. Yes, it feels like maybe you're feeling a bit disillusioned. Um, like there's a bit of a rift between where you are with the art and getting that art in front of eyeballs, right? In front of other people and making the art work for you a little bit. Yeah, you feel like you're at the beginning of a journey, and it is an exciting journey, which is nice. But you're not yet at the point where this is generating a lot of new goods, useful stuff for you. You are nevertheless headed into a direction of material um, beginnings with your art. It does look like 2026 is going to be the time when you start um, locking down systems to make your art work for you. Um, yeah, finding it's not really going to be like a gig. It's going to be just something that you do that makes your art work for you, if that makes sense. And it's yeah, it's going to be the start of making money with your art. I don't know if this is because you're going to uh, display your process on TikTok or something like that, and whatever it's going to be. Let's see what the recommendations are. Ha, Princess of Wands and Queen of Cups reversed. So it does seem like tapping into the the more raw aspects of your psyche rather than the sweet cutesy side of your craft is going to be the way ahead. So really going with your I don't know. I want to say your less socially acceptable instincts, and focusing your art around that, rather than pleasing, rather than uh, doing what you think others might want you to do. I don't know. Yeah. Let me just take one more card for the recommendation here. Yeah, it's the Page of Cups reversed. So yes, definitely along the same lines. But oops, I just dropped a load of cards. But yes, you don't want to be people pleasing. You don't want to be saying sorry. You don't want to. You want to be authentically you with your art, and that is what's going to grab people's attention. Yeah, doing more of what other people are doing more of what you think people want to see. It's not going to work. So yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, folks, that's going to be it from me for today. Thank you ever so much once again for your very kind donations, very, very kind presents, your amazing questions. I really, really enjoy doing these. Let me see. Tomorrow's Friday. Do I have anything tomorrow? I should be able to do another live tomorrow. Yeah, let's meet again tomorrow. If you're up for it, let's do it. Thank you so, so much once again, folks. Don't forget that the Magic and Mysteries of Saturn course is starting on Saturday. If you'd like to sign up to that, you can head to foolishfish.net and what else? You can have a one-to-one conversation with me, a one-to-one, a 1 hour conversation with me where I'll read your tarot. We'll go into your 2026, what to expect there, what you could do to make sure that you have the best year of your life, that kind of stuff, right? But we can also not do tarot if you'd like to talk about other things like your spiritual path and get some recommendations, maybe some book recommendations, maybe some practice recommendations, maybe some areas that you would do well to look into based on what your baggage is and things like this. Yeah, so those details can be found in the description as well. So thank you once again, folks. Do take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you soon with another one. I'll see you tomorrow evening at around the same time. All right, folks. Bye bye. See you.